Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the energy of Saturn in Aquarius for the sign of Aquarius. So this can be for your sun, moon, and rising sign. You can watch all three placements. I'll have 12 videos for each zodiac sign. So Aquarius moved into Saturn on March 21st, 2020, and it will be in the sign of Aquarius for until March 7th, 2023. So we are right at the halfway point of this transit. And you know, this is big energy. Saturn does not play around. It has sort of very serious energy. And if you think back to what happened in March of 2020, there's definitely an astrological correlation to what happened there. And so if you want to go deeper into the Saturn and Aquarius transit, I have an article linked below that you can check out. But in astrology, Saturn is considered the great taskmaster. It is that sort of father figure, that sort of stern or strict father that comes in and says, you know what, you got to get your act together, Aquarius. What you're doing is not right. You got to work on some things. You're an adult now, you know, that sort of energy. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes we need an energetic wake-up call or an energetic reality check. And in the tarot, Saturn is associated with two cards in particular. The first is the World. The World's literal astrological correlation is the planet of Saturn, and it makes sense because the World's kind of a coming of age sort of energy as you get to the end of the major arcana. And the other card is the Devil. And the reason the Devil is associated with Saturn is because the Devil is corresponded to Capricorn, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So now, if you're like me and you're between the age of 27 and 30, you may be going through your Saturn return. And also, if you're between the age of 57 and 60, you could also be going through a Saturn return. Now, you don't have to be in your Saturn return to watch this. This is for the transit of Saturn moving into Aquarius. However, if you are in a return period, there could be a special or a unique message or an important message in here for you. So let's go ahead and we're going to pick an astrological influence here. I've already fanned out the cards and shuffled them because my table just doesn't work for fanning out. But at any rate, let's go ahead and pick some cards here. Okay, so we have Aries, we have Scorpio, and we have Cancer. Now, you know what? I've only taken 3 for the other signs, but these cards really wanted to come forward. So, okay, pretty amazing here. So we have Scorpio, Aries, Cancer, Uranus, Venus here for your astrological influences. Now, some of you may have other placements with these signs here, Scorpio, Aries, Cancer. Some of you are diving deep here with the Scorpio and the Cancer. You're going into the water. You're going into the hidden parts of yourself. You're maybe even getting into spirituality. You may have recently picked up a tarot deck or an oracle deck, something like that. Others of you are taking leadership here. You're taking the bull by the horns here, and you are moving into a higher level of leadership with the Aries energy. Uranus is a revolutionary. They are eccentric. They are intelligent. It's your genius mind. And for some of you, you're maybe making changes in your life. For some of you, this could be love related with Venus. It could also be relating to money, investments, or anything like that with the influence of Venus as well. So let's go ahead and put these right here, and we'll see how they wrap into the rest of this reading. Now, I've already gone ahead and shuffled these cards because I knew the intro would be long, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards for you, Aquarius. If you enjoy this video, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, helps get the word out and spread the message to others. There's also a bell which will show up after you hit subscribe. If you click that bell, you'll turn on post notifications from me. And lastly, Aquarius, really appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I hope things are going well for you. So let's go ahead and put everything in view here, and we'll get right into it. I think that looks just about good enough to me. Line everything up, and all right, energy on the bottom, you have the Knight of Cups. All right, Aquarius. So some of you may be meeting somebody here, maybe between 2020 and now, March 2020 and now, you have met somebody with this Knight of Cups coming in. You could be in the future as well. We'll have to see how the rest of this reading unfolds. Now, the Knight of Cups is just somebody coming forward and offering you a cup, okay? And what you need to know is that cups in the tarot are symbolism for joy, happiness, celebration, good emotions, good times, anything like that. And so it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could mean that there's a happy event arriving. There could even be a creative event arriving here as well. But with the influence of Venus, there could certainly be a relationship here on the horizon or coming in for you. Now, what's really interesting, Aquarius, is you have you in the middle, you showing up in a strong position here. And so let's just go ahead and get into that. The Star. Love this card in the tarot. This is happiness. This is optimism and hope for the future. Okay. You can also see that this person here is in healing waters of renewal. Lots of things that could be coming in here for you. Okay. You could be in the spotlight. You could be becoming a star. Some of you could be, in charge of a social media audience. Some of you may have a large following or something like that on anything like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is that you're doing. And this is you stepping into your stardom here. For others, the Star represents a wish granted. And, I definitely feel like this is the case. You have an amazing reading here, Aquarius. And so love to see that in the middle. Only good things really with the Star, especially if you've been nursing injuries or illness or anything like that. It's definitely good for that as well. Now, in the past, this would be sometime like March 2020 to now. You have the Empress, the Three of Wands, and the Chariot. So the Empress is the most abundant card in the tarot. Can't beat that, right? This is fertility and prosperity. This is nurturing as well. So maybe you've been nurturing a project or some part of your path here. You can see that the Venus symbolism is coming back in. We have Venus as well. Venus, yes, is the planet of love and romance, but it's also the planet of luxury and wealth. And so that is part of the reason why the Empress is associated with abundance and a harvest. Saying that remember, abundance is just your ability to receive, but in some ways you can also say that it's what you have to give, and you have a lot to give, Aquarius. And so do keep that in mind. Now, with the Knight of Cups, definitely nurturing something, whether this is a project or a person or a relationship or something like that. You have the Three of Wands as well. This is somebody who's looking out to the horizon and thinking, what is next for me? Where do I go from here? They have achieved initial success, which is very nice for you in this card. It's almost like this, we are talking about the Saturn in Aquarius transit. So it's almost like for some of you, by the way, some of you are going to be in your Saturn return. Like me, I have Saturn in my Aquarius in my natal chart, of course. I told you I'm in my Saturn return. Some of you probably will have it, but just because of the way things are linking up here. But yes, so you also here have the Chariot card. So this is another victory of success. So you've achieved initial success with the Three of Wands. The Chariot is somebody who is rolling forward here. They are putting in the work, and it says that if you have self-discipline, you will be rewarded. As above, so below. As you put in the work, you are being given rewards, and that's what the Chariot's all about. It's a very good card. So I feel like some of you have been just working through this. In your current situation, you have the Nine of Cups, the Star, and the Six of Swords. So for some of you, there is travel here showing up. I know that's a bit of a interesting message, because right now is like the worst time to travel like ever. And so, but with the Chariot and the Six of Swords next to each other, that's definitely a travel combination. But you can think of it this way as well. You can also think of it as you going through a transition and maybe traveling in thought, traveling in ideals or ideas and what you want for your life here. And, for you could be going through a rite of passage right now. There's no question about it. With the Star and the Six of Swords, stepping into your truest expression of yourself. you also have this Nine of Cups. So you have the two wish cards stacked on top of each other in the tarot. This is a wish granted, or a wish fulfilled rather. Star is a wish granted because that is a genie on the card. And this is a wish fulfilled. This is somebody who is holding up their cup. Things are going well. People are coming into their small business, good times, good vibes, everything's going well, emotional contentment. I love to see that for you. So some sort of wish coming true for you, Aquarius. Now, in the future, this would be from now until like March 2023. You have the High Priestess, the Strength card, and the Seven of Wands. So the High Priestess is, again, we see this water symbolism coming in. Okay, and so for you, you are going into your intuition. You are acquiring a new understanding, but it's almost like this is an intuitive understanding of what you want to be doing, where you want to be going. There could be hidden knowledge that comes to the surface for you here between now and the next year and a half. There could be something that comes to light around a relationship or around a job or a workplace situation. I say that because you have this Seven of Wands here. This is competition. I typically associate it with competition in the workplace, but it could really be in anything. It's just that people see that you're having success and now they want what you have. And the thing that I love here is that you have the Strength card in between both of those. And so for you, it's like you are going to stand your ground, okay? There could be a big energetic release here in the future of, you know, something, anything between you and another person, between you and another opportunity, family member, friend, anything like that. But you are going to stand your ground and you are going to know that what you are doing is right for you and you're standing up for what you believe. And that's really also this Uranus energy here. And so I definitely love to see what we have here. Let's go ahead and pull some additional cards. Now, I'm going to pull some angel cards, but it's important that you know that for my readings, do not associate angels with religion. I believe that angels are a frequency. I believe that angels are an energy that you can tap into. And so just so you know where I stand on that, but if you do attach religious meanings to angels, by all means do that if that's what you want to do. But I just wanted to point that out. So if you're not religious, you can certainly still get messages from this. Now you have reconsider, okay? Very interesting. You have yes, nice. That's a big yes because it's the yes with the exclamation point. There are two yeses in this oracle deck, and perfect timing. Hello, Aquarius. Something good coming in here. Well, look, the thing about the High Priestess is it's intuitive. It's feminine. It's the divine feminine, which we all have. We all have the divine masculine and the divine feminine in us. And the High Priestess will absolutely 100% wait for perfect timing because for them, they're not swimming upstream. They're not swimming against the current. And so for you, I think what's very important is that you don't rush things at this time, especially love matters or creative projects. And just realize that there's happiness coming in here for you, and it may just take some time, okay? But when it does happen, you'll be like, this is perfect timing. This is exactly what I wanted to have happen. So let's go ahead and see what else we have here for you, Aquarius. Okay, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Very nice. The Moon, more water symbolism, and the Four of Swords. So, just want to refresh my memory here. Okay, so you have the Empress and the Seven of Pentacles. That's a big sign of some sort of long-term investment that has paid off here in the past, especially as you get it with a yes. You know, there could have been you know, a sale, something like that, like the sale of a home, the sale of some sort of property, something like that. Now, some of you could have invested in something a while ago and it is now paying off. It is now, you know, bearing fruit. As you see, these pentacles are ready to be harvested. The thing is, harvesting, it takes a lot of work. And so it does say that there's some work ahead of you. But, you know, with the Moon as well here, I would just be very cautious that the Moon is an indicator that it is an indicator of being cautious, but it's also saying that something's maybe not as it appears. And so we'll see what else comes forward. But I feel like the other thing is perhaps some of you have been healing from injury or illness of the past year and a half. Just on a collective level, many people are doing that. And so just don't beat yourself up for that either. You have the Knight of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. So with that Moon card, I feel like maybe you met somebody and it was initially successful, as it's with the Three of Wands, and now you're actually walking away. Because remember, this was about a year and a half ago here, this past card, or this past column rather, or any time between a year and a half ago and now. So I feel like, there's been some time. I do feel like there was maybe a rushed decision with that Knight of Swords that maybe led to a conflict or a loss or a defeat or something like that. But with this Eight of Cups, you are reclaiming your power. Okay, for me, the Eight of Cups is a positive card. It's somebody who is taking an empowered step forward. They're letting the cups and the broken, empty, heartbreak, negative energy of the past be a thing of the past. And instead what they're doing is they're walking towards the Nine of Cups. Okay, you have the Nine of Cups up here. You also have the star below here as well. So you're walking towards your dreams and your wishes regardless of how this ends up. So very nice. Yes, and you have definitely harvest energy. Remember, 10 of Pentacles, we had the Empress here in that corner with the 7 of Pentacles, looks very good. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords coming back in, and are you serious, Aquarius? We have the Sun. This is all going to work out. In fact, not only is it going to work out, there's something big coming in. This is all about you transitioning forward, okay? This is all about you either taking that step towards that path that leads to your dream, or getting in the boat and taking a rite of passage and doing something that may be very challenging for you, but ultimately has rewards. And that is what Saturn is about. The Saturn rewards are real. If you lock in, you dig in, and you do the work, Saturn will say, here you go. You have earned it, person. Okay, you have earned this. And Aquarius, you have earned something here. With the 10 of Pentacles in the future and the Sun, that's total harvest, total happiness, total success, total victory. Can't beat that. The 10 of Pentacles could mean building a legacy. It could mean money being passed through generation, as you see the grandfather and their children on the card. For some of you, you're building a legacy here with the star in the middle. It's something to do with some work that you're doing. And for others of you, you're outshining the competition with the 7 of Wands under the Sun. So this is amazing. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, zanintuitive.com. I also want to say very grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you in the next one.